Guys, we're using the magic trowel that's normally for floor projects on a countertop, using some amazing colors that you can get at RK3 Designs.
We have determined that the new magic trowel, or new to us, I should say, is fast becoming our favorite tool in the tool shed.
Correct. It's reusable. It does some really cool melding effects without, like if you're heavy-handed, like we see in the hands-on training classes, we go to meld and people put their hand down and move everything. This keeps you from doing that. It makes those beautiful melding colors, right?
And it really lets you move a lot of color at one time. We've got, what, 5 colors here? Now what we've done so far is we've prepped our surface with a gray bare latex paint. We have a rock edge. You and Kenny taught how to build these in our pro class.
Yep, we sure did. It's a giant L piece. We just hacked it up into 2 pieces so we can show you how it looks on this rock face edge.
First of all, we're gonna start off with Color Passion Beach Sand Luster, Color Passion Taupe Stone, Alumilite white opaque dye, and then what we did, we made our also famous skim milk and whole milk with our white dye. Our whole milk is a very opaque tinted dye, and we made it into basically a skim milk by putting just a tiny bit of that white into clear. Just gives us some depth by doing 2 different opacities. Lay it down.
And this is one that you can really just jam out when you have a giant kitchen to do, right?
Yes, and they're gonna be shocked on how fast, once we get this out, what it's gonna do. All right, so we both just poured out the beach sand luster and the taupe stone. I'm gonna come back with the white. I'm gonna go about halfway, and then I'm gonna let you do it.
Are we keeping the clear off for now?
Oh, I forgot about the clear. Heck
right?
yeah, add the clear.
Got to see. So right now I'm going to come to kind of the bare areas. Clear creates some cool depth when you go and start melding this. You're going to ghost through and see some of that substrate down below, and can create depth amongst all those 3 colors.
Let's torch it just really quickly.
I'll do that.
The reason I like to torch is it makes it just a little bit more fluid. All right, take my trowel.
Now we're just making the dry areas wet with this magic trowel.
What I really love is when you pick it up and you have those little strings of color.
And how many ounces did we mix per square foot for this one?
We are a little over 3 ounces per square foot. And I think I did 4 ounces per square foot just because it made the math easier.
And the cool part about that trowel too is it is reusable. I just stand it up when I'm all done and wipe that off, and you could reuse this bad boy over and over again. And just fine, I'm gonna focus on my dry areas here. And now we'll gotta go hit those edges, right, Rhonda?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk around.
You're gonna hit that with your gloved hand?
Yeah.
That's one thing the magic trowel probably isn't best at, which would be spreading colors over your edges.
Now we have come in here and fogged our edges with some darker gray. I love to do a rock edge that has a little bit darker edge than the actual color at the top. It just makes it look so realistic as this epoxy starts to roll over and get in these highs and lows. Now when you take your epoxy and you rub it, you want to make sure that you get up underneath that edge.
When you have stubborn little dry areas like that, just come on in and touch it with your finger. Make that dry area wet, and then it melds and self-levels. You get rid of some air bubbles. We've incorporated troweling it and mixing it. All right, how long did that take us, Rhonda?
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Right, so if we had 100 square feet, you could mix up your colors, blob them, somebody follows with that trowel. Now the next step is starting to add our accent colors, right?
Yeah.
So you got a couple ways to do that. You could do skinny lines, you could do bigger blobs, gives you some more color to pull.
Yeah.
Let's start out with a little blob here randomly.
Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful color.
Ooh, that is a pretty color.
That's a pretty color.
And now we're melding it, huh?
All right, let's see.
So long swoop like we kind of just did that, right? Let's go.
Absolutely.
Ooh, look at that.
Look, I know.
Wow. So you could pick up the color too with that, and you don't want to over meld or you'll just keep making mud.
I love it.
You do your side and then we'll see how much we need in the middle.
All right, I'm gonna kind of start back here, and I'm gonna bring some of this color over the top of it, and I wanna get on that edge.
Yeah, bring some color up the front. That's a good call.
We have some skim milk left. After we quit melding it, I'm gonna come in here and kind of create some fault lines.
I'm gonna put this blue, Rhonda, and kind of bring that over the front edge.
You bet. Get some of that color on that front. Yeah.
And over, that looks cool. This is looking really good. Keep it from really running. Kind of just touch your finger in there and break it up some. Cool. So what you're doing now, you're putting some skim milk?
I like that. I'm just gonna kind of put some almost like fault lines. These white lines that I'm coming in are gonna sink and become very, very faint. It'll look just as if the slab had some natural cracks in it.
So you think we're pretty much done with this?
I do.
I do too. So when we're all done with the magic trowel, the best practice, you're gonna wanna set it vertical so you don't leave that and let it stick like our notch trowels. So I'll stand it up, then I'll take isopropyl and clean this with a towel. I've let it set up like this and tried to peel that off, and it wants to rip that blue silicone. So that's a pro tip. To keep these lasting forever, stand them up and wipe them. And this piece is about done. You could come scrape the bottom, any area that needs some color. Don't forget about those drips down below. What you thinking now?
I
saw the look in your eye.
Look. I just can't walk away from epoxy in a cup. I'm just gonna get crazy.
Yes.
I'm gonna get crazy here.
Like at this, when you meld a big mountain together and then it flows, you get some really cool stuff then too.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm scared.
Not me.
Here we go. Oh my gosh, look. And how long have we had this material on the countertop so far?
Probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes, right?
So we're not worried a bit. I'm gonna do a swirl and then I'm gonna stop, okay? See that? And then I'm gonna come back. All right, you wanna go full send on the mist? You're gonna do drops or you're gonna do mist?
I think I'm gonna do a couple drops at first.
All right, we got the Italian drip going on.
Italian drip, just put a puddle in the hand and then let's mist it.
Oh wow, look at right here. Don't make a decision right off the bat. Let it kind of do its thing.
You can put too much alcohol on the project at one time. You gotta let that dissipate.
Now I got a little bit left of the color. Now I'm gonna come back and just add some bold veins. And even that, we can soften out. You can kind of take your finger.
Ooh, you just kind of, instead of the stick?
Yeah, and you can separate them. Then if you come back this way, you can take your stick, kind of play with it. All right, now we can come in with our little bit of alcohol and just kind of come over the vein. And you cause that vein to really look organic when we misted it with the alcohol. Right. Sometimes it works and sometimes it just doesn't work. And in this case, I don't like it. So
me neither.
We have a good hour to play with this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and the magic trowel can also be used as kind of a magic eraser.
Exactly.
So watch what happens. It's
exactly.
epic. Question of the day. What the heck would you call this beautiful marble that Rhonda and I just created? Let me know in the comments below. It's keeping a very subtle amount of the selling, but softening the whole project.
And I am barely putting any pressure.
This looks great.
Yep, I like it.
This thing would be dry and ready for the next step in about 18 to 24 hours. We'd lightly sand, do a clear coat of epoxy if this is going to be installed. I'd let that dry, come back the next day and do the ultimate top coat. Wait 2 days and then this kitchen could be installed in your customer's home. And voila, instant kitchen. Guys, you can also use stone coat epoxy over your existing surfaces with a few steps to prep. And if you need that extra bit of confidence, that hands-on training, check out Rhonda at RK3 Designs for our Epoxy Pro classes. And until next time, guys, I hope you learned some tips and tricks that will get you headed down the road to redoing your countertops with Stone Coat Epoxy. And from Stone Coat Countertops, don't forget, you got this. And we'll see you on the next video.